Hey Crafty friend, it's me, Justine Dvorak from Stationery by Justine. In today's video, I'm going to make 4 cards. The first one is going to be an over-the-top pink girly monochrome card that is screaming happy birthday little girl. And I'm pulling in lots of fun things from the storytelling collection from Spellbinders. So I will have that whole collection linked in the description. It should be the top link, so if you want to go ahead and check that out as I craft, and you can shop those links if you would like to. That definitely supports my channel, so I appreciate you doing that in advance if you take advantage of that. So let's talk about what's in the collection. You can see this adorable castle I'm working with right away. I have a little fairy off to the left on the top, and then I have a rainbow, I have a smile sentiment, and a carriage. So that is all going on this card, but from the collection there are 6 BetterPress sentiments sets, and each one features something different. So family, friends, happiness, magic, wandering, which is like adventuring, and then a Christmassy one. And then there are these big sentiments that are die cut out. One says magic, family, Christmas, friends, wander, my hero. I think those are all of them. So those are huge. They are, depending on which one you get, you can see the dimensions on the website, but they are big, 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 and they are perfect for scrapbooking or junk journaling or even card making like I am doing today. Then there's the carriage die, which is so pretty and cute. You'll see me assemble that in just a bit. This carriage or castle is similar to the one that came out with the clubs, but this one to me is a little bit more simple and easy to put together. So I kind of like this castle just a little bit better than the last castle that they had. Then there's a die called the Wander Boots, and those are similar to the small die boots that came out last fall. But these, to me, are a little bit more military style. So I made a couple military cards at the end of this video. Speaking of like military, if you will, or work boots, you could make these for any military personnel or police personnel and add with the boots the badges of honor dies. I ended up doing that with the tags, and you could even make like a Medal of Honor. There's a die for that, and also a police badge. So I think that that was really a fun and unique die that I haven't really seen in the card world that often. So I thought that was really cool. And then there is this adorable little house. I ended up not getting this little house, but it is so cute, and now I'm regretting it, so I probably will be picking that up. And then there's this rainbow one, which is called Over the Rainbow. It is super cute. It just screams fairy tale adorableness. And I'm using that right now. So you'll see I have sparkly little bushes there, and I am die cutting, or I have die cut out the rainbow to be light to dark. So I'm just going to take some tape and glue and get that in place. But I will fuss around with it for a bit, as I do. And then the dancing fairy is adorable on this side as well. There's also a camera. There's this huge stitching die set, and when I say huge, I mean huge. It is massive. It is so big. Each piece could be its own thing. And with that stitching die comes the word smile, and that is what you see on the side of my project there, smile. I ended up not stitching that, but just die cutting out multiple layers and ending up getting a really cute result with that die. So you don't always have to stitch, but you can. Why did I choose pink, you might be asking? I don't know. I saw these dies, and I will just tell you, I thought I could make a whole bunch of little cards, or I could make a crazy over-the-top pink card, and I ended up doing that. So I thought, as a little kid, I would have just loved getting a pink girly card like this. So at the very moment that I'm filming and doing this voiceover, I don't know who this one will go to. I will either sell it or it will go to one of my goddaughters, because I do have 5 goddaughters, so maybe one of them will end up getting this hot pink cutesy card. I'm sure all of them would love it, but I don't know if I have quite the stamina to do 5 of these. But anyway, let me just keep her moving. I put her head at an angle because our little fairy is going to be holding her wand at an angle over the rainbow. And so I'm just going to hold that in position. Well, my tweezers is going to hold it in position for me so I can see the layout. And yes, everything is going to fit just so. Oh, so cute. Let's get that rainbow glued down with some liquid glue, and that will really be our base. And then we will, whoops, and then we will go ahead and add all the elements around. I'm going to focus on this swinging die first. At first, I didn't know if it would actually swing with the rainbow being right there. It might kind of catch. But I figured as long as it wiggles a little bit or does the dance in motion, that's really all I was looking for. So I ended up being pretty pleasantly surprised with how it ended up moving. Now I did use a little bit of foam to pop the sides of the castle up just for dimension purposes. It wasn't really that necessary, but I figured why not? Just give it a little pop. My tool-in-one has been wonderful for using both sides, the pokey part and the glue shovel area. And I also love that little picker tool that I have on the side there. That is that rose gold picker tool. So I wanted to use the sentiment filled with joy as well as the smile one. To me, I felt like it needed something in that top right corner, and the filled with joy was perfect. So I'll pop the carriage on, super easy. Oh, did I even say I used holographic paper for the wheels? How fun was that? That was holographic paper from Lawn Fawn. Very, very shiny. And that paper is extra special because I got it on a crazy sale from my craft store when they were closing, which was terrible. I am still sad that they are closed, but I was glad that I got a good sale on that paper. So yay, the legs of my fairy work. I'll just pop my sentiment up again. And then I'm going to play around with the placement of all of my extra little hearts and flowers, and I guess they would be like star shines. And that really will make my card be a extremely maximalist style card and not a clean and simple. This is certainly not a clean and simple. Let's be clear. And I love the finished result. So here's a look at that. To get the 3-toned rainbow on this first card, I needed to die cut out the rainbow 3 different times. So I ended up with extras. So I wanted to make sure that I didn't just hoard those extras in my craft room and use them right away. So I'm going to make a shaker because I have been obsessed with shakers so much. So if you are wondering how do you make shakers, I've been kind of saying it in the last couple of videos. I did it in my Halloween video. It's in the thumbnail. You should be able to find that pretty easily. I did it in my club video, and I will do it on this video without explaining it, but I'm going to talk about what am I putting in the shakers. Now I have these extra little shiny bits and 2 flowers that didn't make the cut on my first card. So again, I'm not going to hoard them in my stash. I'm going to put them in a card right away. And yes, they are die cut, but they can go into shakers. Now these 2 little pieces of what I would call confetti or shaker discs, if you will, are from the Christmas advent calendar from last year and the year before. And then I put some of those sprinkles. And if you saw the Halloween or the Cheers video that I put up, you saw those sprinkles have this like very fine glitter. So I definitely wanted to use that rabbit hole anti-static tool when I was making the shaker window. They will cling to the window, and yes, there is a black sequin in there. I don't know how it got in there, but I'm not going to take this shaker apart for it. To me, it is a humbling moment, so we're just going to leave it in there. And maybe it's an artsy fartsy way to say, to like as a nod to the sentiment, because the sentiment says through thick and thin. So maybe the little black sequin is like one bad day of all of these pink happy good days. I don't know, that sounded super corny, so I took AP art class in high school, and that stands for Advanced Placement in high school, and we would have to make different art projects, and then we'd have to type up and write up these explanations of the project. And to me, there was this one kid who would always have the weirdest explanations for his art. And you know, with art, it's just kind of like whatever flies, it just kind of goes. But I always remember being like, this guy could be a writer, because he's pulling this out of nowhere. It's just crazy. So anytime I have a weird explanation, I think of him. But I digress. We'll move along. This boot die is super cute, and to me it said military. So my husband was in the Navy, so when I was die cutting this out, I thought, to me, military boots are tan. And so I asked him, I said, does this look like your military boot? No. He said that his were black and shiny. He was in the Navy, and so he had black boots. But I'm pretty sure in the Navy and in the Army they have tan boots. So I don't know. Maybe I was thinking about that, but he was in the military before I met him, so I wouldn't know. But this was a little tip that he gave me. So the dog tags that are the like identification tags, if you will, have a big die cut hole or die cut and a small one. So I die cut the small one with silver and the big one with black, because with these tags you can put a black silicone around the dog tag, and that will make them silent, and they're called silencers. So then they don't jingle jangle on under your shirt. So I thought I'd do that. So thanks to Andrew, our veteran in the house. So special shout out to any veterans. I am super thankful for you. You are my hero, and that's why I put it on this card, because I am a proud American, if you will, and I am very thankful for all of the sacrifice and service and dedication that all military members have given, so I am able to live my life freely and happily. So thank you, and thank you to military families as well. So for the tags, I'm going to just put this little chain around. I'm going to put some tape and just tape it on. It doesn't have to be anything too crazy, but I wanted to make sure that I had that loop nice and available, because I'm going to hang that chain on the O. So it's kind of like they're just hung up there. And I thought that that would be pretty cute. Just like that. And of course, with the mirror cardstock, things are a little bit slippery with that liquid glue, so things move, but that's okay. That's why reverse tweezers come in handy. So there we go, they're gonna hang right there. I thought about putting them down, but no, right there. This would be so cool to do some scrapbooking for different events and different stages of different, even like Boy Scouts or Girl Scouts or youth clubs. You could do like a hiking scrapbook page or something like that, or you could make a bunch of cards that are like police themed and give them to local service members. I think that that would be really sweet to do. But I think that this card will probably go out to my my twirly card holder that I have over in the next town over. I have my cards for sale, so I'll probably put this one up for sale, since I had hoped to give this to my husband, but with the boots being the wrong color, I mean, he wouldn't poo-poo it or put his nose up at it, but he definitely would remember our conversation about black boots and think about it, but I think this one will go for sale. Oh, and the background paper on this is from the Paper Rose collection. So that will be linked in the description under like favorite papers and stuff. And that is super shiny and glimmery friendly. So if you ever are looking for some glimmer friendly paper, Paper Rose typically is glimmer friendly because it's very smooth. So I definitely recommend their papers. And I actually just picked up the Rainbow Twirl. I had Rainbow Twirl 2.0 and that was fabulous, and I wanted the Rainbow Twirl pack as well as, what was the other one I got? It was something with ink. It looked like alcohol inks, so it was really cool. And then with my last card, I pulled in Yana's Poppies to add like a nod to military service as well. The red poppy kind of came into American culture for military personnel during World War I with the poem In Flanders Fields. So if you're interested in more information, you can check that out. But I figured since poppies were kind of military related in the culture of that, and we have these dies, I couldn't resist adding those to that card. So let me know your favorite in the comments. I really appreciate you watching all the way to the end of my videos. I know sometimes they can get a little bit long and chatty, but hopefully you liked it. So be sure to let me know your favorite, like I said, and we'll see you next time. Bye, crafty friend.